recording. Everything's on. And we are live.
FuzzJockRadio!
Hut, hut, hey!
And we are back with FuzzJockRadio. I am your host, Fuzzy. We have our other host,
James.
And our other host,
C-Dubs.
We have C-Dubs all the way from California. And James are in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
And what a week we've had. We have a lot to talk about this week.
It's so cold.
A lot of it's cold, but you know what's here to warm us up? All the winners.
The winters?
We have a lot of winners this week. A lot of winners.
Winters?
Winners. N-N-E-R-S.
Thank you.
That
I understand.
We understand. Sweet. So we're just gonna jump right into it. As in, we've had a long week. What's going on, James? How you doing?
Oh, it's been a great week. You know, as a lot of my closest friends know that I'm a huge sports fan.
Nice.
So they'd be really surprised to hear that I kind of didn't watch a lot of sports this week.
Oh, okay.
I actually kind of played a bunch of video games.
Oh, that's fun though.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. What games were you playing?
I was, me and my son completed the new Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, sweet. That came out like Halloween, didn't it?
Yeah. We plowed through it. It was very fun. It was very fun.
Is that what you guys did for Halloween?
Oh, yeah.
Did Halloween happen since last week?
No, that was like 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's fun, though. So a lot of video games.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. C-Dubs, what's going on with you?
Oddly enough, I've also been playing a lot of video games.
Yeah?
No.
I got the Outer Worlds.
Yeah, dude, that's a fun game, man. I've been playing that, too.
Yeah.
So talk about it. What's going on?
Yeah, I've watched your stream, so I am about as far as you are in the game from what I've seen of your stream.
Nice.
I've taken a few different choices than you are, but I like the game a lot. It's good storytelling. Sometimes I only sit down for about an hour and play it, which is comfortable, and then other times I sit down for like 4 hours and play it. So it's a game you can do either with. It's kind of nice.
That's refreshing. Sometimes like games are daunting. You don't even want to sit down to it.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
You don't understand? I'm thinking like Red Dead 2. You know, that's hard
okay.
to jump into because you know it's going to take you like 6 months to play it.
Yeah. Like, you know that doing one mission isn't going to be like, oh, this will be quick. You're like, oh, God, I've got to...
It's going to be a half an hour for just that.
Yeah.
For that one mission.
Ain't no one but, like, kids got time for that, I guess.
Kids got time for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody going to ask me about me?
How was your week?
Oh, my week was good. I had a really good week. It was Intelligence and Science birthday on Friday, so we had a show at Red Rocks, which was great, and had a good time. Happy birthday, Intelligent Design!
Happy birthday!
If you guys remember in the past episodes, we had him on, and he was our Timberwolves guru.
Yeah, he knows Glenn down the block.
He knows Glenn down the block, and he sometimes comes up with some Wiggins updates. He got his phone number the last time he was on. So that was fun. I rearranged the studio a bit, which I'm really, really happy with. It feels like I'm actually going into like a spaceship.
Mm-hmm. With all your monitors and mixers, and in the background, it looks like it could be like a Shark Tank.
Yeah, it's like
but not that big.
It's like a lizard tank.
It'd be a small shark.
Yeah. So like you like it.
Do they make lizard sharks?
Yeah.
That'd be a good idea.
It sounds like
someone get on that.
Dr. Evil thing. Put some lasers on them too.
Yeah.
That's a liability.
So imagine with your mind's eye, I got this new monitor stand that has 3 monitors hovering over me, with a monitor on the desk that you look straight at, and then to the side is a big, large lizard tank that I'm going to get some lizards to put into to hang out with, and while I'm mixing. And you should ask me like why did I change up the studio?
Oh, why did you do that?
No, yeah. Why did you change it up?
Oh, good question. Because I don't just randomly do things, you know. I was looking at it and being like, well, I just got this new camera, and I need like a nice, like feeling like I'm going into an office situation type of like nook of a project area.
You kind of compartmentalize. Then you're going to do work now, and like
Yeah. And since I have a new camera, I want to be able to have that feeling of actually not just hanging out and doing stuff. So, and I got this camera, you know, so I can go to some of these sports games and possibly take a couple pictures of Wiggins and stuff, you know, and stuff like that. So,
I'm sure he'd be down.
Yeah, you make the FuzzTalkRadio and the FuzzJockRadio a little bit more professional with a nice camera and some photo techniques. So yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
yeah. So we all had good weeks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How's your week been, Fuzzy?
Well, it was really good. I had a really good time at Intelligent Design's birthday party. We had a show at the Red Rocks. And
Wait, this just
Birthday
happened.
Intelligence Design.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Intelligent Design. You know what was also good this week? The Monday Night Football game,
Oh,
Yes.
man.
which just got done after 4 overtimes.
Are we getting right into it?
Yeah, that was a transition.
Man,
It was such a good transition that you didn't even notice.
no, I'm just invigorated from watching that overtime.
Oh yeah, dude. It was
Like, I don't watch a lot of football.
so 40.
And that was some classic football.
It was run and gun, and some movement down the field,
It was great to watch.
and some ball hand changes,
Yeah.
and a rookie kicker that shanked it.
No, absolute shank.
Oh.
Horrible shank.
Feel
Poor guy.
really bad
Oh,
for him.
Poor Scooter.
Kind of like that cat that. So hey, I think the black cat from last Monday Night Football
Mm-hmm.
probably de-jinxed the Monday Night Football games to be bad. So from
Yeah.
here on out, we have good Monday Night Football games to watch.
Yeah.
So
I think so. I
You
think
know-
the black cat is good luck.
Mm-hmm.
I always say that.
Long all these years.
Yep. At least for Monday Night Football.
Yeah. I always say that animals is the best thing about sports.
Yeah.
Is when animals are in sports.
Yeah. Well.
But not like playing the sport, because that'd be inhumane. But like when animals are there, and they're just like trying to be animals while sports happen.
Yeah.
It's so great.
Yeah. That is
Poor little
something.
Animals.
I feel I feel a little different. You saw that. So we saw a video of the same video of these animals running around. You didn't get to the part where the squirrel was running across the wire and fell,
Oh,
and then everybody laughed.
I didn't get to that part.
Did you get to the part where there were cats running on the field? Oh, well, we saw that in Monday Night Football. That's right.
Yeah. But there were other cats on the video
Yeah.
we saw too.
I myself started feeling bad for him.
Well, thanks for the heads up, because now I don't want to finish that.
No, he
Don't-
doesn't get hurt. He's fine.
Oh,
But
Yeah,
everybody
he's
in the
fine.
audience laughs
Lands
about
on
it.
a player.
now I feel bad for sharing that video without watching the whole thing. That was so irresponsible of me.
You know, it's all right. But like you enjoy animals on the field.
I don't know if you understand, dude. I shared something on Facebook without watching the whole thing.
Well, no, it's fine.
No.
It's like it's just the same stuff over.
Are you
it's-
sure?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
If you enjoyed the first part of it, you enjoy the middle part and the last
Yeah.
part.
Okay.
Yeah, you enjoyed the first part.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're weird. You're mean, I think. I mean, like we're actually getting into something we're learning about each other as hosts here, because myself, I felt at first, okay, I won't lie. At first, I was laughing, a little bit, and until I saw like a cat that was on the field, like the other one, and then I saw him being like, "What the fuck is going on?" And I'm like, oh shit, he's bewildered. And then I saw the squirrels after again, and I'm like, they have no idea what's going on. They got in this area thinking, whoa, look at this really wide open field. I can scamper and be cool. And then all of a sudden people are cheering and they're being scared. And it's like, oh my God, like, oh, I feel bad for those.
And now that I think about
animals.
it more, it's a horrifying experience, and I also feel bad.
Oh,
Well, I felt bad for them too, watching, especially the birds in one of them. They were out in the outfield, sitting on the ground, hanging out, and a batter hit the ball at them, and they got hit.
yeah.
And the bird looked like it was not in like
Bird
an
got,
OK
it was
state
like a
after it
seagull
got hit.
in the outfield got hit. It reminds me of the Randy Johnson incident when he threw a fastball and it hit a bird in mid-flight.
Yeah.
Poof.
It's insane that the timing of that happened.
So
Let's talk about cool things like Monday Night Football.
well, I was gonna say, you know what's good with, you know what a good animal on the field is? A gopher. Gophers won football and they won hockey this weekend, and they did awesome.
Yeah, they did.
They did. They beat
Penn
State, and they are. It was close at the end, but they got it with an interception, and go Gophers.
Yeah,
Gophers.
it was a fantastic game. I actually woke up early for it because it was like 9 in the morning here. So I got up at 8 and prepared for it. Got some coffee, sat down, watched the game. It was absolutely fantastic. Great football game, super competitive. Sometimes college doesn't give it, doesn't seem like they're giving it their all because they're like, I'm not really going to do this for the rest of my life. But this one was all heart. Both teams, lots of heart.
And it was in Minnesota too, right? Wasn't it?
In Minnesota.
Yeah. So like.
The fans were going crazy. They flooded the field after the game was over, and the coach crowd surfed in the locker room after the game too.
That's fun. I heard on NPR the coach talking about how he was just so excited seeing how we showed the national audience why we have a good scene here. Like it was just like all the maroon in the stadium. The fans were just excellent, and they're just really happy about everything. And I suppose if you're a winner like that, I would be happy too. Yeah, I'm happy for Minnesota sports. The Gophers did great, and like I said, the hockey team won this weekend as well. And
there was more Minnesota sports that won.
Fucking Vikings won.
They did it.
Fucking Vikings won.
28-24. Once again down to the wire, just like the Gophers game. But they pulled it out.
Yep. Vikings did it again with Dalvin Cook. They just stuck to that recipe, and it's given them a lot of success. I think it's clear whenever they go away from Dalvin Cook, it doesn't seem to work out. So that is their key to success. Dalvin does it all for them.
Dude, he was a workhorse on Sunday. He was plowing through, and it was great. It was great to see. Like it like when I saw him going through the line on one of the plays right away, I thought, "Who's Adrian?" Like I just thought, "Who's AP?"
Yeah, who? I don't know who that is anymore.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
No, I don't exactly. And it's awesome. And then our boy, Dam's boy, Rudolph had a good game as well. He had a couple takedowns.
With one huge one-handed catch touchdown, that was crazy.
Oh, dude, that was fun.
Pulled that in.
That was a lot of fun. I actually got to watch the game tonight or on Sunday because I didn't have to. I had to work earlier in the day, and it was a night game. So it was a really cool catch.
Yeah. I missed it.
He's just like this, and in your mind's eye, if you can just see me like leaning back on my chair and looking like an athlete and having my hand back, and
man, that's styling.
It's think of what Kyle Rudolph looked like in that game, audience member, and that's
he's wearing a FuzzTalkRadio.
That's exactly what I look like right now. What I'm demonstrating to Jamez right now. So
the only difference is the attire. Everything else looks the same.
Yep. Well, I wanted to speak of our attire. We're all wearing something on our head tonight.
Yes, we are.
I just thought that was neat.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a little scary at the end of the game. They almost gave it up. They
Mike almost fumbled.
Yeah, it was it was really close and went 4-0 and gave them the ball back. But luckily, once again, interception with a Hail Mary. So.
Yep. And my friend who was watching the game, we were communicating during it, said that the game would end on a Dak Prescott interception, way early in the game. He said this, and he was actually 100% right. I was pretty impressed with that prediction because I wouldn't have thought that was a guarantee.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to listen to him for predictions in the next game.
We'll have to bring him on the show.
Absolutely, that'd be great.
All right, if you're listening, you're invited to the show.
Any guests that you want to, just send us an email at FuzzJockRadio@gmail.com or send us a message on our Twitter page or our Facebook page, and we will have you as a guest. If you live in the LA area or the southern Minnesota area, no, cities areas too, anywhere. Hey, if you want to fly here, we're not going to pay for it, but
we can internet stream people.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. I don't know.
We can use space. We can all meet up in space, make it a mutual distance travel.
I forgot about that spaceship that J-Mez has in his backyard.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
Many options.
We have many options to get you on as a guest. So if you want to be a guest, just let us know. Wow,
it's a great time.
We're really opening this podcast up nowadays that we're 9 episodes in.
Because we're winners.
Yeah, because we're winners.
We win.
You know who else is a winner in my mind is Kirk. Well, I mean, he won the game, but Kirk Cousins. I saw this Reddit feed of, like, the caption was something along the lines of everybody's rolling up in their Benzes and their Mercedes and stuff like that to, like, practice or whatever. And here's this guy, and there's Kurt, like, hanging out, parking his big fucking conversion van. It looks like it's from the 80s that probably has like a tube TV in it and some.
It looks like a
furry carpet.
A nice ride.
But it's not blinged out by any means. No. It's just and kind of has some rust on the wheel bearings, and I'm like, yeah, look at that winner. He's cool. He's winning games and doesn't need to ride in style to show it. Yeah.
There's a lot to say about that.
You know, also who is winners are the. Did you see this in New Orleans? What happened in New Orleans?
Falcon season.
Falcons.
They're 1-7.
Oh, and against someone that's
the
7-1.
7-1. They played in at the Saints
home game, and the Saints lost.
And the Saints lost. Yeah. But we're not talking about losers. We're talking about winners. The Falcons 1-7 beat
7-1.
The 7-1 team.
They're winners.
They're winners.
Yeah.
It was a great game.
Just like the Seahawks tonight. We're winners against the undefeated.
Yep.
They did it. Winning.
The one thing that was of note from the Falcons game was that there was a lot of murmurs that if they didn't win this specific game, there was a chance that they would fire their head coach.
Holy shit.
The coach said, he was like, I coached them all up hardcore for this week. I told them, it's a whole new season. We're starting all over again. We're going to play like it's from the start. Here we go. And they came out, and this is the performance they had. So they really played for their coach this week, which is important, because sometimes that gets lost.
Oh, wow.
That some people really forget that they're playing for people's jobs,
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of this thing called this new craze called dopamine deprivation, where people deprive themselves of dopamine, or like not dopamine but stimulants.
Mm-hmm.
And so like they're like during their dopamine fasting, they won't like look at screens, or they won't talk too much. They'll only talk as much as they need to. They won't they won't touch anybody, type of thing. And that just kind of reminds me of that, where you deprive yourself of winning so much, and you start forgetting that there's somebody else's job is on the line, and then you all of a sudden be like, snap, nope, we'll stimulate this here, and then let's win this game. That makes sense. You guys understand when you follow me there?
I totally get that.
Yeah.
It's next level.
Well, sometimes you get that. And it's awesome that it was a good game and they won. Did they win handedly or they?
Yeah, I can't remember the exact score, but it was double digits versus single digits. It was like 20-something to 9. I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
That's how you do.
Teddy wouldn't have let that
Drew
happen.
Brees looked terrible. He got sacked, I think, 6 times.
Yeah, Teddy wouldn't have let that happen.
No, Teddy
Not
would
Teddy.
have been like, "Get off me." He would have ran in a touchdown.
Oh, so. Well, that's fun. And then who else are winners?
Who's that?
The Seattle Seahawks.
Oh man.
We'll just wrap it right back around to the beginning of the episode and talk about Monday Night Football.
Again.
Now,
Did we talk about it yet? Yeah, we did.
Little.
A
Not
little.
enough.
It just seemed like Jameis wanted to
I was just fired up by that.
Yeah.
That overtime, man.
beat the 7-1 San Francisco.
Yeah, 8-0 for San Francisco.
8-0.
Yeah.
Now they're 8-1 or 7-1.
Oh,
They
no,
had a bye week.
The
once
Seahawks
again,
just looked really good.
once again, my predictions are correct. Not everybody can have an undefeated season, and that's
Correct.
fine. So we are Patriots 8-1, the Chiefs 6-4, Ravens 7-2, Texans 6-3, Cowboys 5-4, 49ers 8-1, Packers 8-2, Minnesota Vikings 7-3, Saints 7-2.
That's the numbers.
7-2.
That's the numbers there.
That's the numbers.
So with that, who else is a winner?
Who else is a winner?
Wiggins.
Oh, our guy?
Our guy, dude.
Oh man, love Wiggins.
The Timberwolves currently are 6-4, which in the beginning of the season, that's okay. Like we're a little above 500, but there are a lot of games to play. 82, I believe, and so that's fine. But with that, Wiggins, people are just starting to ask, is he having a breakout year?
He's due for it. He's got it in him.
I think there's a lot of things behind this breakout year, and one of them is your guys' tweets.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think so
It's
too.
helping. It's helping.
I mean,
So
how
keep tweeting Wiggins.
couldn't it? They were in Mankato. They listened to FuzzJockRadio. We had intelligent design down at the court, making friends. And if you need to listen, if you haven't heard about it, listen to one of the podcasts back in the day. I don't remember which one it is, but it's
a good one. They're all
we talk
great.
about how everything happened, and and we send out nice tweets to Wiggin and telling him he's doing a good job and give him warm fuzzies and hugs, tweet hugs, and
You use the best emojis that you know of.
and I also believe that it's helping because look at those stats. In the last 4 games, 30 points, 6 assists, 2 steals, 40 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 20 points, 25 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 33 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists.
Wow.
That's 30, 40, 25, and 33, and you still have Cat on the field.
Yeah, that's with both of those players. Like in one of those games, Cat was the highest scorer, and so you still have both of them competing for highest scoring player of each game. That's so impressive.
And not saying that basketball can be played by just 2 players by any means, but we are starting. I think we absolutely are starting to figure out the formula for a winning Timberwolves team finally.
I agree.
And which I think is which I think is fun. You know?
And again, you have a cat in the game.
More animals.
And that was your Wiggins update. I almost said that right there. I almost just said it.
That makes me feel so good to hear that.
I like it. Yeah.
I love our Wiggins update.
So with that, you know, like they do have a lot of games, 82 games, and with them holding up a lot of the do they play all the they play all the games, right?
Yeah.
They might get an off day here and there.
Off day here
I'd
and there.
imagine,
Well,
maybe.
They sometimes don't do that.
Oh,
They
no.
do. Well, they have off days, but it's not really like sanctioned. Like you usually get an off day if you're injured or something like that. So what they've started doing is something called load management.
Oh.
What's that?
Give people off days, you know, even though they're fine, because they want them to be healthy farther down the stretch of the season and in the playoffs.
Yeah. So normally, like I always thought that, you know, like you don't, like, this is your job, you're getting paid a lot. So the only time you don't play a game, because 82 games is a lot of games, but like at the same time, it's not a whole lot of games. It's not the whole year. So like, you know, the only time you have off is like your regular off days, but you're practicing, or as if you're injured. You know, otherwise you play those games. And you're saying they don't do that.
Well, no, they've started, and it's been going on for a couple years now, but it's getting more and more popular, especially now that it has a name, which is load management. But it's when players who are completely healthy sit out for a game. And this has actually caused problems in the league because now there's actually a service called Fansure, which you can insure your tickets. If a specific player you're going to see doesn't play because he sat out and he's healthy, they will refund your money for the tickets you purchased.
Whoa.
Insurance on the ticket?
They can insure your tickets now because this is how bad this problem's gotten.
Hold on here. Hold on here. You're breaking my mind a little bit about this load management. I totally kind of get it. Because like if you have that star player or those two players like Wiggins and Towns that are holding up the team, you don't want them to just be exaggerated or exasperated at the end of the season so they can't get you into the playoffs. Right. You know, and so give those star players a little bit extra time or whatever, because you have other really good players that need that time on the court too. But
yeah, I mean
they're refunding tickets if Wiggins is not on the court?
Not the NBA, but there is a service that will do it. If you are able to fulfill, like say you buy your tickets, I think they have to be officially bought too. So if you buy your tickets officially and then you log them into this website and you pay the amount for the insurance, say you spend like $1,000.
Oh man, that's such a fucking scam.
Wow.
It is. I think it is a scam. Because it basically will come down to like, well, because of this, it's the same as getting insurance in a flight or.
Yep. They're gonna make so much money off that insurance.
Yeah, I'm not sitting here promoting for it. I'm just saying this is how bad of a problem it is that this service exists and it is probably a scam.
But you're saying it's because of load management?
But it's because of load management. The commercial is even a guy bemoaning that his favorite player just sat out of a game because he not because he was injured. Like that's what the commercial is. And then his friend is like, you gotta Fansure your tickets.
Wow.
Like, yeah, it's a real thing. And like Kawhi Leonard does load management. LeBron James in the past, he's on load management. A lot of star players have done this and still do it. Although LeBron this year has said he's not going to do it. If he's not hurt, he's going to play. Well, like that's what he's saying. But already Kawhi has sat out.
Is he doing it for the fans or is he doing it to prove something because he's getting old?
Well, some of them do it just to stay healthy. Like,
No. Like, is LeBron saying that he's not going to do load management just because the fans want him to play, or because he's trying to prove something because he's getting old?
Probably with the getting old.
Yeah, he's trying to prove something now.
Yeah. He's probably like, okay, Kawhi's here. He's the other team in LA. I gotta prove that I'm better than him. He's gonna take days off. I'm not gonna take
I wonder
days
what the Chinese think about this load management.
I don't want to ask him.
No, me neither. So I'm not asking.
I mean,
I'm not asking.
when you describe it, it just seems like a sensible thing to do.
That is weird.
I don't understand, like, why. What is bad about it? Who is saying there are things bad about it? Who doesn't like load management?
Fans.
The fans.
Okay.
And then your team often loses the games that the star player isn't in.
How does that happen pretty handedly?
They wouldn't do it if it would hurt their record. You know, I mean, you know,
You'd think.
You usually, but I know the Spurs have done it in the past, and it's not played out well for them.
I was thinking too, like, you know, at least they could give the fans a warning that you know, don't buy this ticket, because
No.
but you can't do that.
Why would anyone?
And you also can't do that with strategy against the other team, because then the other team will know that you're sitting Duncan throwback.
Yeah.
I bet Duncan didn't do time management or load management.
No, and a lot of those old players are against it.
I bet they
Like,
fucking hate it.
yeah, they're against it, and they've been vocal about it. I believe Jordan has
Wow.
spoken about it and said he thinks that's stupid. So
What do you?
Yeah.
What do you? Does baseball do load management? Or
Well, I
anything
mean,
like that?
baseball's
That is
so
what
many
it
more
is. Well,
games.
They do. I mean, they
And-
just have days off when they have
Yeah.
games and they have days off. I guess.
But they do load management in baseball, yes.
Yeah,
they do.
absolutely. I mean, that was a huge part of Baldelli's managing this season for the Twins.
Yeah.
Was giving healthy players just off days.
Yep.
And everyone was able to stay fresh longer. And
Oh man, that reminds me of a conversation I had with our buddy Master Splinter about how he would like to have a 4-day week. We should load management us, the workers.
yeah, we should.
I agree.
4-day week. Yeah, I'm like, so you get 10-hour days? He's like, no. Why is 40 hours magical?
It's not.
Yeah.
You know, then there's an article about like IBM or something like Microsoft or some. They did that and they saw that productivity went up, and like I would every time I have more time off and then I go to work, it feels like I do more work when I'm at work, because I have project.
Why don't people understand that?
I don't know.
That like manage things and administrate things. You know,
It would be.
has anyone clued them into like how it's better?
There's also
Someone
that,
should tell them.
There's also that thing, let your workers like look at their cell phones like they do in baseball. Remember that one podcast that we talked about how some of the Twins players look at their cell phone in the outfield.
Yeah,
and
I saw it.
They have a lot better productivity.
Yeah,
You know, they went to the playoffs.
yeah, that proves it.
So, you know, winners.
Yeah.
Winners.
Load management
Just give everyone a 4-day work week.
Now wait, I got an idea though for basketball, because their jobs include, win and loss record based off if they show up or not. Well, part of their job is practicing. So how about this? How about LeBron and Kawhi don't have to practice, and then they don't have to take off games because they're taking off practices, so they're not tired from practicing.
Do you think that they already do that?
No. You
No.
gotta practice.
You gotta practice. Oh yeah, you get fined if you
It's not
don't.
always a heavy practice, but how about instead of practicing, you can sit back and play Fortnite a little longer?
Wiggins.
Wasting your time showing up and just running up and down the court and being like, "Hey, I have to be here." Bum 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 bum.
I bet Wiggins would love that.
Yeah.
Smoking
So
some blunts.
I'm for that.
Who would
That's
know?
actually that idea came up from the Clippers coach. Came up with that idea for Kawhi Leonard. Although they've not enacted it, he said he had that idea at least, and I agreed with it.
That's a good idea. More people should do that.
I think it's a great idea.
Let's all do that right now.
Let people who don't have to practice not have to practice. You really think the greatest players in the game have to practice all the time?
Don't you think that the greatest players of all time
They
would
already
wanna,
are.
they already are practicing, and it's not
Yeah.
even, it's part of their routine, and they don't even think about it being practice?
Exactly. So why do they have to show up to the
Team.
extra thing though? Because they already are practicing in their off time.
Because part of it is team chemistry. And there's team chemistry is a big
Every
thing,
day. But why
especially
do they
in
gotta do
basketball.
it every day?
You know how that
Team
looks
chemistry.
to all the players that are at practice then, when like, oh, Mr. Big Shot doesn't have to show up,
Exactly.
and
That's true.
people be like,
Exactly.
well,
But it's worse when he has to not come to a game, don't you think?
No,
it
he's
is.
still at the
It is.
game.
That is
He's still at the
objectively
game.
worse.
He's dressed up,
Yeah,
but
he's
like
not
he's
playing.
but
Yeah.
he's still
That's
he's still at the
worse.
game. He's still at the game, and he's still cheering on his team, and he's still a presence. But if you don't let somebody go to practice, the most likely he'll just probably stay at home. Why if
Yeah.
and then that chemistry just starts to break down in my mind. And chemistry in basketball especially is huge.
There
Because
could be something to that, but I also think some players understand that there's a difference between,
I
there's
mean,
difference
yeah,
between Adam Levine and
yeah,
they're
they're pros,
athletes
sure,
and,
but they're still humans, and
that's true.
they still have their feelings about like, oh,
a
the
lot
big
of
shot.
feelings. Yeah.
Like I want to be the big shot, so I'm gonna bust my ass in practice and fuck this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly. I mean, it could light a fire under him.
Sorry to get a little like testy about this, but you can't miss practice.
You know,
No matter how big you are.
I was starting to get on board with Charlie's idea because it is objectively worse to have that player miss a game than to miss practice. There's more
Yes.
consequences. That is true, but it's also true that is bound to lead to some resentment.
And with that point, I think also like the coach isn't benching a player thinking that the team's gonna lose that game either. Like he's not load managing that player thinking, oh well, we can lose this game anyway. Like the coaches, if you're a good coach, you want to win every game.
Yeah.
And so the coach has already figured out that, hey, this is a good time for this because this team sucks, and this is a certain specific part of the schedule. We need to get LeBron a little bit extra rest. But they're not thinking it's okay if we lose this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that sometimes they do anticipate that. They're like, well,
If we do, yeah,
if we do, it's okay.
It's whatever.
Yeah. I don't think you're right. They're not anticipating that they will, but they're okay with the idea that they could.
Yeah, so
I mean, I'm sure they would choose to do this only in kind of situations where, they're favored against the opposing team.
oh yeah, of course, right? Like you wouldn't
load management on a tight game.
No,
You usually wouldn't try to, especially not against like a playoff team that you're trying to get seeding over or something like that.
Yeah,
But
that'd be dumb.
yeah, it would be dumb.
That'd be dumb.
But so I think we kind of have come to a little bit of a consensus here that basically people just shouldn't sit out.
yeah. I
They should
think that's our consensus. If
They should play in
you're
practice.
agreeing about that, let's see, because I think we brought James around.
Yep. Play and practice.
Yeah, I think. I think that should be the idea. But I think if a player feels they should do that, then, I mean, you deal with the consequences, right?
Yeah,
They're adults.
yeah.
I mean,
I
I guess I find it to be not unreasonable. That's my
Yeah,
that's my
use the word
stance.
consequence, but
because there is also that aspect of like what we were saying about with work, and like how now they're starting to enact like if kids have like emotional stress days or stuff like that, they don't have it doesn't go against their tardiness or whatever, then which is a really good thing.
how about they play less minutes than per game? Then they're still in. They still work up a sweat.
It's a perfect
help the
idea.
team a bit, and then they can sit down.
Yeah.
They do that with designated hitters in baseball sometimes, and
Yeah.
the other catchers. They switch out players.
Kind of like how they do preseason in football.
Yeah, they let all the other guys play.
That's a great solution.
That would be a good solution. I just wonder if just hypothetically, they might have a thing where they have to register specific players to play before the game. And so then having that guy play only certain minutes will, not let somebody else be on that roster. But whatever. That sounds like a good compromise.
Mhm.
Let's go with that.
Let's call him up and tell him how it should be.
Decision
We've got to
for
figure it out, NBA.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
and I think for baseball, I don't like. It's absolutely necessary because there's so
for
many
sure.
games, and I think it also with being so many games, I think it just becomes such a natural progression, just like how our next winners were naturally progressed into things like the Silver Slugger and the designated hitter. Fucking Twins, man.
They're so good.
Remember a couple podcasts ago? I don't know why I keep on bringing it up past podcasts, but
Because they're so good.
they
You
are
should do a
good,
clip
and
show.
I'd like the listeners to listen because next week we will start. I think it's next week we'll start streaming on iHeartRadio, which is really cool. But yeah, fucking
Down to our iHeartRadio listening party on the moon.
on the moon.
I'm there.
You gotta have a rocket ship, but
I
that's
got
okay.
it.
On the moon, just like how Mitch Garver kept on hitting those home runs and
Dude.
being the Silver Slugger.
Yes.
30 home runs, playing like half the season for a catcher because he's always switching out. They don't want to blow their knees.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no kidding.
If he had
Three
played
didn't
more
think of
games,
that.
man, he would have hit 40. He was so good. And Nelson Cruz.
Nelson Cruz also.
As the designated hitter.
Yep. Bomba Squad for
Bomba
life.
Squad. Yeah,
He's
Blue
going to
stick.
retire. He's going to retire on the Bomba Squad.
just exciting. And I like a couple podcasts ago, I was like saying that we won't have anything to talk about for baseball, and here we are.
Here we are
Here we
talking
are,
about
fun.
that great Bomba
It's
Squad.
pretty fun.
Bomba season has never really left my heart.
So, have you gone to the Twins Caravan ever?
Yes.
I remember going to something like that as a kid.
I do too. Like it was like
I
you
haven't
weren't-
gone recently.
You didn't
though.
live in Mankato at the time, though.
No.
Because we could have actually been at the same place at the same time, and then the time continuum would have started changing a little bit more. But I remember going to one in Mankato with my grandpa way back when I was a kid. And you've gone to one, C-Dubs?
Yeah, I went to a couple of them. Did you go? I'm guessing since it was with your grandpa, you probably went to it. Was it at Happy Chef? In the ballroom at Happy Chef, or was it at Cato Ballroom?
Cato Ballroom.
Okay, because yeah, they'd switch it. That's where I met Kirby Puckett. Actually, is in the Cato Ballroom.
Oh, sweet.
What?
Yeah, I met him at one of the Twins Caravan things.
The reason why I bring it up is that do you want to go to do they still do that?
Yeah, they do Winter Caravan thing. It should be
Let's
coming
go.
up not too long from now.
I think that'd be really dope in Mankato.
If it doesn't come to Cato, it'll be somewhere nearby that you could go to.
Oh man, we should really do that.
Here's my winter caravan memory.
Yeah.
I believe, I think I met like Tim Laudner and Alan Anderson. But anyway, I bought a Tim Laudner rookie card, and then there was a huge snowstorm on the way back. And me and my older brother and dad were in the car trying to drive back to our town. And then my brother had to basically open the door and be looking to find where the line was. It was that bad. But we made it home. But it was a very harrowing drive back.
Something that you will remember for the rest of your life.
Yeah. I'm not sure about the players that we met. That's just my guess.
No.
I also met Kent Herbeck
Yeah?
in one, and he was nice. He was really nice. He signed a T-shirt.
Yeah, dude, that'd be fun. I think that we'll make sure that we do that, and we'll get that going. That'll be awesome.
I'll go.
Yeah, I think you guys should definitely go.
So, MLS
Yeah, MLS.
camps.
MLS Cup was just yesterday. It was the Toronto FC versus Seattle Sounders. It was a pretty boring game actually at the beginning. Not a lot of action. I mean, they were going back and forth up and down the field, but no real heavy shots on goal or anything until the second half. They came in, and the first goal was scored on an own goal, bounced right off the Toronto player and went into the goal. It was not going to go in otherwise, though. So he fucked up. And then after that, Seattle had 2 beautiful goals, and then Toronto got one in the stoppage time that didn't matter. And yep, Seattle Sounders, MLS champions.
That's nice.
Congratulations.
Congratulations
to Seattle.
Yeah, second one in 4 years, I think.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah,
that's great.
Seattle's doing some winning.
Mm-hmm.
Them and the Seahawks. That's great.
Unfortunately, who's not winning currently is the Minnesota Wild hockey team. They're currently in last place with only 6 wins. But they play the LA Kings tomorrow.
They do.
And you know what we need to do?
Tweet emojis at them.
Yes.
Yeah. Tweet emojis.
Absolutely.
We gotta send out those hugs and those warm fuzzies and those tweet hugs. I call them, because it helped Wiggins.
Yeah, the Wild needs you,
and I think that the Wild will benefit from our positivity and our love. So, good luck tomorrow, Wild. The LA Kings, you can kick their ass with the goals and the shots.
You got it. You got this.
So just so you know, for just 2 tweet hugs a day, you can save this poor Minnesota Wild player
for the
from
price
failure
of a cup of coffee. Call now.
Oh, you know what that sound is, guys?
I do.
Fuzzy memories.
Just when I've forgotten everything.
Oh man, I can't believe you forgot. You know what? You probably didn't forget. You've probably been stressing over this whole fucking week. Is that neither of you are winners?
No.
Because and it sucks because you knew that this episode would be about winners. I mean, you're close. You're tied.
Just like tonight's Monday Night Football.
And you guys are beating the guests, and their score is frozen at 7 right now, and you guys are tied at 9 apiece. So let's break this tiebreaker.
All right.
I mean, we are in overtime now.
We're going into overtime.
Overtime.
No, we're not. We're close. That's what I was kind of thinking. Like if we went over an hour, so be it. This is the football game.
It's like football, man.
It was an hour.
Yeah.
We went through those last segments pretty quickly because we were worried about time. But we're here with fuzzy memories, and these guys remember that I have a good memory, and sometimes the stuff goes a little slow. So, but I got my laptop here. This new setup is great. You guys want to get going on this?
Let's do it.
Episode 8? So
9.
we're on episode 9.
8, 9,
17,
100,
5,000.
I think we're on episode 9.
Let's do it.
Odd, who goes first?
Be him.
Yeah, James.
I'm ready.
James.
Yes.
What was the biggest margin of victory ever in a quick triple crown race? 12 lengths, 18 lengths, 25 lengths, or 31 lengths?
12 lengths.
Incorrect. C-dubs.
What are the options again?
12 lengths, 18 lengths, 25 lengths, or 31 lengths?
25 links.
Incorrect. The answer was 31 lengths. And
That's a lot of lengths.
in what is widely regarded as one of the greatest races of all time, Secretary won the 1973 Belmont Stakes by 31 lengths.
That's a fast horse.
Okay, C-dubs. What coach came off the bench to play for his team in the Stanley Cup Finals?
Wayne Gretzky.
Incorrect.
It's Havlicek.
Incorrect. It was Lester Patrick.
Oh, that guy.
A 44-year-old coach comes off the bench and ends up playing goalie for his team in the Stanley Cup final. But that's just what Lester Park did for the Rangers back in 1928.
Yep.
Wow.
James.
Mm-hmm.
What NFL player returned a fumble 66 yards to the wrong end zone? Dethel O'Neill, Leon Lett, Jim Marshall, or Deion Sanders?
It was Jim Marshall.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah. In 1964, Vikings defensive end Jim Marshall scooped up the 9-year fumble and raced toward the end zone nearly 70 yards away. I did not know that.
Oh.
So there you go. C-dubs.
I actually didn't know that. I was thinking of a different Jim Marshall.
Oh, so that's a point.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
point. for him.
boy.
That's a point for James. James.
Do-do-do.
Point 1. Okay, C-dubs. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Who was the only person in NBA history to be named Most Valuable Player, Coach of the Year, and Executive of the Year? Michael Jordan, Bill Russell, Larry Bird, or Phil Jackson?
I'm gonna go with Bird.
Larry Bird is
Yeah.
correct.
Mhm.
Yes.
He is such a great executive.
Okay, point for C-dubs.
One of my favorite old NES cartridges was actually a Larry Bird license executive simulator.
Oh.
It's good. It's hard to find now.
How many questions was that? 4?
9.
Is this question number 5?
Mm-hmm.
It is question
Yeah.
number 5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, James?
Yes.
What year did China win its first Olympic medal?
2012.
Incorrect. C-dubs for the steal and the win. No, well,
Yeah. And 2004.
incorrect.
Oh.
1984.
Wow.
China did not win an Olympic medal until 1984. At the 2008 Beijing Games, the Chinese won 101 medals.
Holy shit.
So that means that we are tied. Once again, that we are now 10-10, so that lines up with our podcast number next week, which is really cool. Dylan, unfortunately, is not here tonight.
Nope.
So I asked him to write down a Dylan question, but he felt uncomfortable me reading it.
Yeah.
So
Makes
unfortunately,
sense.
that's where we're at with that. Oh yeah.
What a ride.
And that ends Fuzzy Trivia. We're at 10-10, C-dubs and J-Mez.
I'm gonna get you.
Overtime continues.
So yeah, that about wraps it up.
Just about.
Just about.
Just about.
J-Mez, anything big up for this next week for you or anything like that? Any last words at all?
No, just stay warm.
Stay warm. It is really cold out.
Stay warm.
It's supposed to get colder, I think.
Yeah, it's not good. Find things that make you feel good, and stay warm.
That's a good
Mm-hmm.
suggestion. Is
Get
that the
ready
word
to
I'm looking for?
hibernate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to hibernate
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah. Well,
It's coming.
I'm not, but you can.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to do that. C-dubs. What do you got going on this next week? You get anything big? Is it fucking cold out there too?
It's chilly. It's not that bad though, but I'm more worried about smoke from fires. There's lots of
Mhm.
fires.
Yeah.
That's still going on.
Oh yeah, there was another one the other day up by Hollywood.
Oh,
There was like big plumes of smoke behind the Hollywood sign.
Ooh, Hollywood's close to you.
Yeah, it's not that far away.
You can take an Uber there,
Don't do it now.
which we're not.
I already called it. Sorry.
We're not
I can't.
sponsoring Uber. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
No, fuck, take Lyft.
Yeah.
No, we're not sponsoring Lyft either.
I don't care. I'll give Lyft this one.
Just go walking.
Oh man, guys, call your friend.
Yeah, call your friend.
Yeah, your friend.
Take your friend. Well, actually, why don't you
Go pick up your friend.
Go pick your friend up.
pick
It'll
your
be
friend
a
up.
good thing for you to do.
Yeah.
So we will think about, and so that'll keep us warm here, as
In our hearts.
in our hearts, thinking about you picking up your friend to go see the fires that are keeping you warm. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stay warm. I'm gonna work on learning more of this camera that I got. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos about it and stuff. And just try to figure out new ways to make better things for our listeners, for FuzzJockRadio and FuzzTalkRadio, because this is fun and I'm really enjoying doing this. And if you guys also enjoy us listening to us and enjoy what FuzzTalkRadio has been doing for the last 9 years, or if you're brand new to FuzzTalkRadio, the best way you can support us is to go to FuzzTalkShop.com. You can go to FuzzTalkRadio.com, FuzzJockRadio.com, Facebook or Twitter to get to that link. But what I'm trying to say is, I don't like advertisements at all. I don't like sponsorships, really. It's cool that people are making money off that stuff, but I really do believe that we can make a product for you to enjoy without having to bombard you with advertisements. And the way you can support us is by going to FuzzTalkShop.com and buying a t-shirt or a hoodie. Like I said, it's cold out. Get a hoodie. They're kind of little spendy.
I want a hoodie.
But we'll get you a hoodie.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we'll get you a hoodie. There's socks as well.
Oh, socks?
T-shirts and a bunch of different things that you can buy.
Dude,
and
socks are great.
wear around, and people will be like, "Oh, what is that logo on your shirt? I've never seen that." And you'd be like, "Oh, FuzzTalkRadio, man, you need to check it out." It's seriously, it brings money back into this project that we're doing, and keeping away those sponsors. And with that, I wanted to do something a little different. I'm sorry I didn't tell you guys, but I didn't want to go right in the middle of the podcast this week and break it up. I wanted to do the ad at the end. And if you guys rather have me do something like this at the end, let us know. And like we were saying earlier, if you want to be a guest on our show, let us know. And the best way you can contact us is either FuzzJockRadio@gmail.com, FuzzTalkRadio@gmail.com, our Twitter page, our Facebook page. Meet me at the shop. Don't meet me at the shop because I'm working. That's the one thing please don't do, is come to my shop and talk to me. I mean, talk to me and you can shit. I'm really digging myself a hole here. But yeah,
Made it all awkward there.
Ooh, yeah, I really did. But what I'm trying to say is that we're open, and we're reasonable people, and we'd like your input. And with that, thank you for listening. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and we will listen to you next Monday. We will see you in the future.
You all better start streaming and broadcasting because we're listening on you.
Yeah, if you want to exist.
Go buy some socks.
FuzzJockRadio!
Hut, hut, hike!